Oh, oh yeah, baby. You know what time it is when you hear the yeah, we in the building. Of course, I'm talking about it's your boy Fabio from Long Island. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? I'm joined by my boy Ed here, and man, Wednesday came with some banging action. You got a brand new Moon Knight, and tickets are on sale, baby. Get those tickets for Doctor Strange, baby. Of course, there it is, the new poster. And they not only dropped a new poster for us to check out, they dropped a little new minute trailer with a little new footage, a little same old shit. But we're going to watch it. I've seen it like 14 million times. Ed, how many times have you seen it? Have you seen it at least one whole time?
No, yeah, about 7 times, I think.
All right, about 7. Me too. I'm sure I missed something. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's bring it to the forefront. Let's play. Get our asses over here.
Every night,
Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen.
I've been dreaming. Every night, the same dream.
And every morning, the same
Oh, Tommy in the building.
nightmare.
Stranger. The fate of the multiverse depends on us. Careful, Stephen. This path exacts a heavy toll. Okay.
Marvel Studios, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Only in theaters May 6th. Tickets on sale now.
Banging, bro. Absolutely banging. I love that trailer. So good. A couple of things that I saw that are really interesting. And, you know, ever since the days of Avengers Infinity War, with people running towards the screen and then they don't show up in the movie, it's really interesting to see some of these trailers and be like, is this actually going to be in the movie or is this some bullshit? And the one scene I feel like that there's a part, let me see if I can pull it back up without it going ballistic again. Hold on.
The ultimate Iron Man thing?
Well, all right. So this, like, we can kind of go almost piece by piece through it, right? So this is cool. You see, this is the nightmare. I guess it's like he's having one thing while she's dreaming about another, as in the Scarlet Witch. But like here, it's like the Sanctum Sanctorum is just falling apart. Crazy shit's going on. You're gonna finally, oh man, that's a money scene right there. If I could stop right there, that's where we're gonna see the Illuminati probably for the first time, which is really interesting. What form of the Illuminati they're gonna have? I mean, we already know it's probably Xavier's in it for sure. So we're gonna see Professor X for the
Mr.
first
Fantastic.
time. Yeah, that's the original one from the comic. But what we're gonna get in this movie, they've only really hinted at Captain Marvel, which looks like Maria Rambeau, now Monica Maria Rambeau, her friend from the first movie.
Right.
Maybe she is Captain Marvel, and really you heard Xavier's voice, but everybody else is kind of like in the dark about it, like who is actually in it. Then you see Christine actually getting married. Strange is there, like he's just a guest, and then they show this scene again, which again, it was like, who is it that they're fighting? And then you kind of see at another point, it's Scarlet Witch. There's no hiding it at this point. They show her in the sky, so she's about to fuck up Kamartaj. And you see what her motivation is, which is, I thought it was interesting, man. I mean, I loved WandaVision, seeing the same kids back. This is her motivation. This is what's going to turn her dark. I don't think they're going to turn her completely into a villain like that.
She's opened the Darkhold, man. In all of the comics, everyone who ever touches that book turns out to be a fucking maniac or becomes a maniac. It's too much power.
Yeah,
and she's already like, you know,
she's super powerful. Yeah. And to me, I feel like this is a perfect like version of the House of M that they're doing with her. You know what I mean? In this Marvel atmosphere. And I think it's fantastic the way they're doing it, you know, kind of basing it around like Billy and Tommy, and basically like most likely it's going to be like Billy and Tommy have to bring her back. Look at that look, man. She looks great there. She really looked good at the end of WandaVision with the costume she had on. I thought she looked her best. Yeah, she looked really good there. May 6th, mark your calendars. Me, I'm going May 5th, baby. Can't stop me. And then we get a better view of America Chavez. And I think at another part, you see Christine Palmer there, but in this scene, she's not. So maybe they took her out. Maybe they changed it a little bit. I'm not quite sure. But then it's like on this crazy platform in the middle of like a different dimension, whatever the hell is going on here. I'm not quite sure, but it looks wild. I think this is the part where you've seen in the other trailers where she's fighting like that crazy, they're fighting this crazy, like weird monster demon thing that's like grabbing her and grabbing him. Really crazy part. And then, all right. So you know about Shumagorath? You've heard about Shumagorath. They can't really use Shumagorath.
This guy.
But but they're calling him a different name because I think
there's actually there's times where Doctor Strange calls on this guy's power in his spells in the comic books.
I think that's also too. If you watch What If, I think he's fighting like a version of Shumagorath. I think it's something about Shumagorath can't be used in Marvel because technically it's like a part of Conan's thing because technically Conan's the one that first used it. But they're calling him something else. But he's heavy in this trailer. Heavy looks like in the movie. He saves America Chavez here, and that's where you first meet her. And then this is like, what the hell is going on in this scene? You see Wong, right? Wong's pulling out some fucking magical swords, whatever's going on there. But what the fuck is that behind him?
That's definitely some kind of dimensional demon. That looks like.
Yeah, and it looks like he's being controlled by the Scarlet Witch.
Yeah, it looks
red
like,
eyes and shit.
It looks like the temple with all the symbols that kind of look like the eye.
Yeah, and then she's here, and I feel like this might be the one
when she comes back around.
Yeah, or something about like this is a mess up, not a mess up. I'm sorry, a misdirect. She's not going to be on the side when this happens. She's probably they edited this just to have it for the trailer.
Yeah. And
then you see this crazy part, which you've seen in the other trailer, where his face starts to like explode into blocks. And here, this one looks really crazy, man. Did you like the zombie episode? Because
you know what's crazy is that I think that like I told my wife I almost feel out of place because that whole What If, that zombie era of the Marvel comics. I was in college at the time, so I didn't pick up those books, so I had to follow up after the fact. But I feel like all these new phases, they're just going into those future comics, and like the younger generation, they're reaching out to the kids that actually bought those things, and like. But I love the premise. I love the multiverse premise, and that's like, I mean, a perfect example of it.
Yeah, you see her there, like that's the two faces of her. She's normal, but looking a little crazy. And then she turns into a zombie. And then you see Mordo here. This looks like it's the same area. Like we're still in what looks like the Illuminati spot. And then finally, it looks crazy. And then finally, they get to the part with what I believe they're calling Sinister Strange, who's like this dark version of him. Kind of like the version from the What If cartoon episode that basically he finally loses his mind and he destroys his own reality. So it looks like that's who he's fighting. And then there's like a crazy explosion here. I'm not quite sure what the hell's going on here or what part of the movie. This looks like probably when she's fighting Captain Marvel, which I believe Captain Marvel and Scarlet Witch are fighting at some point. Mm-hmm. How that's happening, interesting to see. And then one of the last shots is Captain Marvel, you saw Wong in the other one, and then it's like a close-up of the zombie, and then you see the title card. So for me, I'm super hyped, bro. I can watch this shit 15 million times. I thought it was great. But for me, hype level 1 to 10. I mean, for me, this is strong 10. Hell yeah.
You know why? Because more than just like the instant gratification, you know that whenever they start talking about multiverses and dimensions, it's starting to make the draw together of all the Marvel characters. So now they're going to be, dimensions open up. They become kind of the veil kind of opens up between the dimensions, and now you got the X-Men. Now you have Fantastic Four. It's just opening more and more stuff up. I'm all for it.
I can't wait, man. Honestly, I feel like they're probably going to be pushing towards a Secret Wars like heavy.
It has to. Yeah,
have to. And hopefully we see the X-Men sooner than later. Even if they start hinting little things. I mean, I know we're going to see Xavier, but we're going to see the same Xavier we've seen so far. So for me, I love Patrick Stewart. Don't get me wrong; it's been great to see him. He was great in Logan for sure. But hopefully that they do well. I have a feeling he's probably going to die in this. It's just inevitable. Wanda, like even in the House of M, he's trying to stop Wanda the whole time, and their main point is that they have to kill her. So hopefully they don't do that in this movie, because it seems like Wanda should be around for a lot longer. But I feel like this movie's gonna be off the hook, bro. Off the hook. I can't wait.
It's gonna be great.
But all right, so if we get anything else, we'll talk about it again. But I just want to thank Ed for, of course, joining me talking another Marvel thing. And you know how we do, guys. Like and subscribe to the page, because we're going to keep talking Marvel stuff. I got another show coming, Milan Coast to Coast. If you like soccer and want to hear Milan, jump on that. But please subscribe to the channel. And Ed, I will talk to you soon, brother. Thank you for joining me. Peace.
All right, brother. Later.
Peace.